Do printer? No, not print. Wait, what? Get printer. Yes? No? The issue I'm having is I have too many compilers, so it doesn't show up. This is probably wrong. What about Kanban? Well, what would be your favorite way of doing development in teams? You have to do development in teams. That's like something you can't get around apparently. Well, maybe if you become a hacker. I like doing development as well. Which is what confuses. Multi-method approach with the view PM jobs method. A mixed strategy. Well, if you look at the agile doctrine, it's you don't pick anything and just make sure that everyone is basically happy working on a project. That's all you should do. Don't focus so much on process. And then you come in the Netherlands and they ask for, oh, we have to do it through Scrum and we have to follow the book and we have to do this and that. Yeah, it's not the manifesto at all. But if you look at the amount of job openings for Scrum Master, and by Scrum Masters they basically mean managers for programmers, because you can't manage programmers with normal managers apparently, or with other programmers. You have to hire dedicated for that. It's pretty impressive. Like there is almost as many openings for that as programmers themselves. I guess like, well, I've been looking at freelance openings, right? There are a ton of teams doing Scrum multi-project. Yeah, like it's just it just seems more to be used as a political tool. That's what my impression was, and that's why you can't have any comments on it as well, because like if you have comments on it, you're basically getting involved with the politics of an organization. And you know, as merely a programmer, as a freelance programmer being hired, you really shouldn't be doing that on your interview. Or, first couple of months. And then even after a couple of months, your suggestion should be really with with a bit of finesse. Yeah, that's my frustration. Dot print. What am I doing? Right, we don't get a compiler because I need to fix the other compilers. Right. Why am I so rebellious against compilers? What are you? Loose focus. You're bad. If event through and just bad. What's a fall bad? Result time. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Result time. What are you? Result time. Is that type? I think this is an event value result time. Right, and then we're checking if it's valid or not. That's fine. We can use if it's an event. If it's an event, we can do the add sign, because we can make out of the settings. We can make a behavior. View that's valid. Is it valid? That is valid indeed. And then we do current that, and do that. And that is error. Oh, actually, the only we're almost through it. Cool. That's another dynamic. Cool. So we can just whoa. Do update function something form a mono. So you could mono combine. You can do with lens. I'm chatty like rebellious or something. Where did did you see my lens thing? I made a highlight for lenses. You could compose lenses like that. I'm not sure if you can do that with. You can basically compose lenses to do multiple record updates. I'm not sure if it's monoid. Well, functions are monoid. You could fold over a function with it. Honestly, politics is important to get stuff done in August. Find people responsible. Trust. If you want to get anything done, you really can't stay within your realm and need to management. Well, that's stuff from PM, stuff from UPM, brand that whole world. Yeah, I know them. I mean, like the company I worked for, Daisy, they were really quite political. Having lots of meetings. Basically, it appeared like they were doing nothing, but they were just getting to know each other and talking about stuff. Yeah. But it's also weird because as a programmer, you wouldn't even care that much about trust, because you can just trust the code. So you have this like kind of spindle of truth. Whereas if you're dealing with politics, then you basically can't trust anyone unless you start trusting TS. Yeah, exactly like that. You got it. It's the monoid in a category vendor functions, right? We're getting there. You have the functions. And actually, there's a category defined for function error. Error is a category. Not have. Yeah, have. you need to use the base. Oh, always inline. So even though if you do composition, it will be a t-shirt. Actually, there was also a video of CGB grade rules for rulers. If you're interested in politics. If you're interested in changing your organization, opens up a lot of, answers a lot of questions for me. And then playing CK2 also. If you're like me and like to put Right, so you're trying to change stuff in the organization. I wouldn't even bother though, consultant. Well, maybe if you're hired to do something and you can't get anything done because in the way. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's fun to do. That's interesting. Fun to buy and right, like you're actually, you know, trying something good. Okay, I see that. Oh yeah, I feel that error. I don't need to have. I think we already applied. Really, to help shake up project broke back and get it back on track. And yeah, what is he? Are you? Atlantis, yes. It sounds still like really vague to me. Take a broken project and move it onto track. Instead of technical social. Imagine there's a lot of politics involved here. Probably. What is status time? That's why we need the F map. Okay, I see it. Oh, there's a list of error messages. What the fuck? What's going on? I need to have typesetting. It's just not good. Yeah. Hey. It's like, it just looks weird to me to hire an outsider to try and get your projects back on track. It's just mind blowing to me. View that. What's more compliment? What is? Most of the projects are actually advertised live. So, oh, I see. So they actually don't know that they're dysfunctional. That's even more. Fuck. Give me a project that doesn't look dysfunctional. My raster project is amazing! I'm doing it by myself. I have perfect communication. I've not seen one. Yeah. I occasionally get distracted. It's amazing. I guess like over time you just... Because, you know, everything is fine and dandy in the first couple of months. And then after a while, you know, you'll start behaving a certain way. You just get to habit. Yeah, not like this. Thanks. Thanks, man. From a technical perspective. I have no idea what the fuck's going on here. Why are you so upset with me? Why do you hate me? That's I don't even know what status dying error is valid. Uses lens. Lenses are simple. I'm not struggling with lens. What are you? What are your functions? So we have a validation FC. How do we get the list? That's useful to know. Really useful to know. So we get like a list of errors basically. Your status dying is a list of errors. So we know you're a list of errors. That type signature in line. It's fine. There you go. So simply you have to encourage design. Yes, it makes it so easy to work with very complicated structures. I mean, what of my structures are complicated? Like, could you give me an example? These are all exhibit, yes. I'm not proud of it. Like, both of these are invariant. It's fucking annoying. It doesn't work well with lenses at all. But most of my structures are just data. I'll give you a quick overview of most of my structures are in common. Anyway, maybe like roster is probably most complicated of all. And then, okay, we have an entry type, some type, boring roster entry type, time, username is just a new type, around text, I don't care about the type. Right, there's another structure inside. But like, I don't see this as much more complicated than any other particular work. Just dicts within dicts, except they're formalized, right? This room is also a new type. Oh, and then if you go post entry, my deepest nest structure, yes. This thing has like a repeat until. So this is like a macro base. It's more like a macro. And then it has a non-empty list. That's about it. Maybe my project is too simple to get into that problem. Without them, your structure is too complicated because you have to write huge things to work. I'm seeing it more like I don't have to deal with all those large pattern matches. Like that's what I'm gaining from lenses. I don't have to make those big ass. You've seen him in Soding's project, right? He has these really large pattern matches, and I don't have those. I don't have those because I use lens. So I'm like kind of using it as a replacement for pattern match, and because of that, my refactoring speeds up because all of it is polymorphic as well. But don't do this, guys. Don't do an error here and an error here. Something an extension for record. No, I think records are default. Records are default, like in Haskell 2010 probably. I did see the people doing. They proposed a language extension that made like dot syntax. Record dot syntax. Record dot. But this thing comes way too late, right? proposal. This one? I don't know. Slow. Why are you slow? Maybe it's not this one. They actually just made it like Python. So you can use these as a getter on your input set, these functions with a dot. And that was up to me. It was actually a pretty popular proposal as well. But it's a bit too late at this point, I believe. Because, you know, you already have length. Then again, it doesn't really matter if people use that stuff with a language extension, because, you know, you can just not use it and then you'll be fine. Variable not in scope. Why doesn't it work? How does this work? Okay, so we're going over that list of errors. What do we need to do to get over? What is failure? Oh, it's that one, huh? So we're wrapping all the things inside failure, so we need to do this, I think. Expected type dynamic T error to validation blah. Actual type dynamic T input settings error. Let's just do that. So we're getting this as a result from the error to message. And then we're attaching the failure thing. What does the failure thing even mean? I think this is the wrong definition. This is parser. Yeah, this is for validation. So you should definitely be outside of that. Set error to message. It's not right either. What the hell are you talking about? Vector type error to validation. Okay, let's. I need to look at the original to figure this out. Oh my god. This is the point where I give up and just restart, I think. There you go. Okay, this is how it looked before. We got out the dot error message out of the setting, which is what we're doing here. And then we fmapped this entire thing as well. So this will be from A to B to f of A to f of B. Now we're expecting functor f of A, which will be an error, functor error. I don't think we can do this then like that. You need to be moved outside. And then we need to fmap again into that with failure. There you go. Did we fix it? No, we didn't fix it. Of course we did. Oh, I know. Maybe we'll do like oh, what the hell? What are you expecting? You're expecting a dynamic T message. No failure. Having a dynamic T error. I think that star operator is not correct. Thinking more about it, yeah. Let's look what this is. Actual type input settings error A. Why? Why do you do this to me? So it's like not realizing that this should be dynamic apparently. That is a bug as well. It's just showing the wrong thing, whatever. What I want to do is apply... Right, we need to make sure it also works for a list well. That's why we do the fmap, right? We need to compose fmap. Now it's f of message. Cool, okay, that's what we needed. And now we can do that start. Cool. I should have done this earlier. Why would I do that? Error before. It wants to have an error. Dynamic M. What? Oh, display validation error. This is also. We just need to fmap failure into that then, at the end, and it's done. Oh, it won't work like that. Entire thing. Then we need to. No, I still don't check. This needs to be validation. It can be void, I suppose. You don't know what void? It's not a base. It's what the hell. So yeah, we introduced void. Hooray! And we fixed it! That was easy. First try. I like using void for this to indicate that it should never be used. More type signals as well. Hooray! Everything is more safe. Right, now make gate back. Gate back. Settings. Right, we changed that. Just want to have to print. And we don't know if even if this will work. Oh no, file tag. I guess we can make that get text specifically for lots of compiler again, huh? Dot is printer. Dot printer? Yeah. dot printer equals to get printer. There you go. 219. Alright, you're still like you're completely fixated on one function. Amazing. Over map, that is valid. You're getting the function again. Doesn't work. What's going on? Over map, why check valid? Why? So like one of the maps is monad and the other map is the dynamic self, which is fine. View at least. The view that is valid. So now you're dynamic. We can't do this anymore. You can do thinking about something like that and then applying it. Oh right, no, because it's pure. This doesn't work at all. You just get the res out and do res primers. I know. Get res out? Yeah, let's make the statement shorter. How about that? Shorter, and then get res out, and then do this stuff, and then res. There you go. Right, smart. We also get the failure event out. That's a new improvement. And we made the data input even more flexible. Great. I'm gonna finish this massive change before ending. It actually took way longer than I expected, but it was just very complicated. Let's see, to indicate that. And again, like this thing is used everywhere, so making it more powerful is useful. Right, get text. You can't do this anymore. This is the default. What we can do, like we're holding down. We can. So like we already needing to make that init file for. We only need to make that for browser check bullshit thing. No, we need to make that for the config, right? Init file. We also kind of need to have the settings be available as not dynamic for the config because we need to set it in a file in a normal get set. So I'm thinking actually we should just do this outside and not make a monad out of this thing. Yes. Are you even using printer? Oh, did I give up? I think I gave up. Good for me, man. Didn't waste time on it. So yes, now we need to give a dynamic T and also a input, which is awesome. Awesome. We just put like an extra constraint on our environment. Yeah, init settings, and we'll just sample current settings. This is just weird. Okay, that's my gripe with this. But I need this anyway for doing this whole time, resolving this whole time. So this is just like to get a default string out. This probably should. Right, the reflex. It's 5. Variable on scope sample. Right. Sample. That is valid. 298. Pretty much. What is this? Oh right, this is more. God, what are you supposed to? Oh, this is more. This is a hack. I don't know. Okay. We can just use the thing. We can use this thing. Should be fine. Which is composed with. Fuck. And then we'll make a current out of it. Updating the entire event. Oh wait, what? Oh, thanks, man. So Caroptical and I will be doing a collab on November 16th. You guys should check it out. I don't know, do you remember the time? I think it was like... Right, it should be in the invite. I wish to advertise it on my Epic for all the 4 people. 10 AM EST. Whatever that time is in Europe. Google it. Yes, I add more enemies. Yeah, 6. So there will be... Oh, right. 4 o'clock. Right, because we're gonna raid the other guy. Right, excellent. Yeah, I saw his stream the other day. I helped him out. It was nice. He was building some grid or something, some maze. And he had some trouble with what is it called? The programmer guy. Right, it's the other Haskell. Haskell and Windows. It's interesting to say. Could match the expected type. Dynamic valid. You don't like this. What is this supposed to be anyway? I'm just guessing. Oh, I'm just guessing. I know this seems kind of right. Why don't you like me? Come on, compiler. So, what does it even mean? A4? Like specifically 4 to C0? Why C and why? Oh, A is the same, but it's different. Match type dynamic shell type. Right, you're dynamic. What we want to make is a function that does the printing and the validation at the same time. View that is valid. Let's just add more type signatures now. later. Valid time. Oh, Cryptical, by the way, I made I already made the thing to do. I was fast. Yeah. So there's like a pull request open now for you to check out. I want to have this fun. Cool. We'll just copy over this thing then. Oh, I see. It doesn't compose, of course, because we're in a... That's the problem. Our games are good. How do you... Like... Okay, so you have applicative to apply functions inside. How do you compose functions in different... Like, do you have like a... Because you... This won't work because we're applying that. But I want to compose. Like, really? Parse array. You want to do something. Oh, I probably need to flip it. I thought I had a really complicated question. It turns out it's just monad. Okay, whatever. No, function. Let's look at it. Because I know for a fact that the dynamic. No, it's A to M of E. Why do they have all these annoying block code? I just want to see the definition. This is in there, right? No, this is wrong because what I have is not this, but oh, I have it open here, right? But like this really. Yeah, so like this is the M base, and we have a function inside, and then so the situation is like fun is M A to B, and then we have another function M B to C. It should be flipped, I think, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter for the idea. And then what I want to have function M A to C. I just need to F map. What? I doubt there's a standard. Because it seems like I'm just over. I want to unlive app. What if I some fmap? Let's make it more complicated. It is app for sure. Spaceship app. Someone started seeing me wrong. How about that? You don't like fun, huh? Fmap again. I want to apply. I'm just guessing. Don't do that. Okay, we'll just do the export tab, and we'll have a clear type signature, so we can at least see what the fuck's. It's spelled F time, and then you will. Oh, it's the wrong one. That's the printer. It's printer F time. Okay, and you're that. So this is like. Going from, I can do that now, right? Printer, oh, this is a printer. But we're actually getting that print as well, so it's like A to text. So, well, now you can see the idea, right? I want to compose A to validation. That makes it a lot more. So I want to compose this function with that. I know. We are a monad. Wait, no, you should be first. Okay, cool. Now this is the other one. No, it's not the other. What? What happened? It's doing like a next phase of type checking apparently. Could it match type text with the validation blah blah valid event? Did I add a typeset for valid? Oh, check. We'll add a typeset. Right, you are the you'll be a dynamic. No, you'll be an event. Okay? You'll be an event and validate. Yeah, you'll be an event validation blah blah blah. Now it's complaining because the other one is not the same type, but it should be the type. So we're just basically fixing you is valid event. There you go. Expecting one more argument event. Alright, event T, of course. You need to have time as well. Expected a type. Text has kind in type. Match type tag validation non-empty error. Expecting event devalidation the error. Oh, actual type tag? Really? No, nothing. Update file line. What is file line? God. And then we take F. Maybe F is valid F time. I mean, like, yeah, this is all type. I flipped it the wrong way. Whatever. You get a different type. Means success. Get make attribute. What? You think that environment with an... Oh my god, my headphones are fucked. I think I blew them up. But this computer also doesn't like headphones, so for some reason making weird noise as well. And then again, like my ears are pretty... I've worn them the last couple or weeks. Yeah, I'm getting as well. And the sound is not well. It's also making random noises and I don't like it at all. Great sound comes motherboard. Yeah, no kidding. Then again, I didn't buy that motherboard for the sound card. I wanted to have faster compilation, so happy with that. Maybe someday we'll see actually the roster. Maybe. This is why I should do scripted languages. Then I can at least, you know, run my code and see a lot of other errors. I mean, that's also the kind of the irony of Haskell, right? Because you start doing all this safety stuff, and because you have the safety around you, you start doing more complicated stuff because you can. Yeah. I don't know why this is broken. You have a high quality external. That's a good idea. But compiles. Yeah, if it compiles, he said. That's a good if. I'm not even getting there. Like it thinks my monad should be a reader now. My little magical M should be a reader. For some reason, I don't even know why. I bet like because I'm like missing some argument somewhere. Maybe oh yeah, it's this one. Then. Yeah, that was literally what I was talking about earlier. The code was simple, the types would be simple, and you wouldn't even need a type checker because you could write it correct the first time. I've never seen... I mean, yeah, but then you would end up with more code as well. Bunch of boilerplate. For example, like, you would see that in React and Redux, right? Everything is relatively simple, but you have just so much boilerplate to read through to find anything out. And if it isn't connected correctly in that specific way with React and Redux, it just doesn't work, and you don't know why. And you're fucked. But this data input function, like I said, it's one of the core functions in my project because it basically handles all the formatting and there's a lot of magic around it as well. Useful to get right. Dynamic environments, the debugger is friend. You can always set a breakpoint to find out. I even in dynamic languages I didn't use breakpoints or debuggers. I just printed everywhere. And I also do it in Haskell. I just print. I even made my little debug module for Reflex. There's no real way to do debugging in Reflex I'm aware of, but this does it anyway. Like comment this things in DOM, and like if I didn't pass the compile flag when I'm building with, for example, Nix, then it all gets removed from the code. Which is nice. It's probably the reason you don't like them, because they don't use debugger. I had a friend, he was like very visual with, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. Like he wanted to see all the values of variables. Yeah, he coded that way, but I just can, you know, load the entire... I usually can figure it out by just looking at stuff. Can send a dynamic from you only to runtime data source. Don't send to source. Yeah, it's a different way of doing it. Yeah, that's the two major ways of doing it, right? The one thing is on running everything, and well, that's even different than just for the result. Because that's what I do. Just look for the result, like print line statements. But you're actually stopping the program and inspecting pods. I feel like I'm doing more of a deduction approach, whereas you're more doing like an inspection. Yeah, there's another one. Could not deduce M is equal to DOM text input. Right, because you are no longer a monad. Well, the many using the visual. Yeah, you can also use UML. No way, this is like kind of UML. You have the step. I think there's none of those things using Haskell. You can use trace. I think there's a debugger in the HCI. I figured I learned that reason. You can just stop the process. Would it be hard? Snapshotting object. Oh, you don't have object. I see. Apparently you have a stack in Haskell as well. Sorting notified me about it. Well, on GHCI. GC at least. I thought there was no stack. I thought like, oh, that cool thing, there's no stack. No, there is. It's not. I tried hard recently with GDB. There is really no relationship between an assembly and memory and the Haskell source. Yes, exactly. The Haskell source code got completely mangled into something. First you go to core itself, which is a pretty big mangling. For example, we'll get rid of all type classes, which is nice. This wouldn't exist in core. And then you go to some other intermediate format, and then you go to the final binary format. Yeah, core ST C minus, yes, C minus, and C minus gets compiled to assembly binary. C minus. I wonder who chose that. That's probably because it's faster. That's probably the reason they did that. That's the only reason why GHC won, is because it's just fast. Instead of B. C minus. Does it have a stack? I think, is it like stackless? Do you have like your manual stack manager? I'm curious about those kind of language. I suppose. C minus. Maybe you need to write it like that so you understand. But I quote, I have it quite a lot, already documented. Force choice functional language doesn't guarantee tail optimization or simpler, tightly defined. LG still support all these things. Most innovative feature is a runtime which allows writing of portable garbage in hand and other runtime management. I want to make a garbage collector one day. I want to know how hard it is. I want to really know. So now we finished that big ass. Like we actually finished something, guys. Hooray! We have progress. There was progress. We finished this big ass motherfucking function that was essentially hogging all the compiler error for itself. And now the compiler is happy with that and it moves on to the second. I get why it's doing this. It's interpreting. It first needs to do the top level thing before it can interpret the next level thing. Of course. Progress! Exactly! What's that? Especially when it comes out. Really? Yeah, you need to give DHC hints to inline. Oh snap, progress console would be ideal. So very sour, you should update the command. There's an update command as well. Huzzah 1, Huzzah 2. Command. I'll teach you how to fish. It's there, it's like update or something. Yeah, progress is entirely integer value. Unbounded, it's an unbounded integer value. RTFM. Funny. Like you can, oh you don't know how to do it in language. I think it's like, %1 is, I think it's like counter or something. You can show command, right? You can show command, progression. Times, you do it with times. And then you just update the other command. Nice Haskell does a type special when it has inline. But it also blows up in. Are you like, if I would improve, one of the compilers I would improve would not be GHC, but it would be GHC.js. Because, you know, I'm actually struggling with that in performance. And I think they focus mostly on fixing high level things. Because then all compilers, all back, I don't know, like, yes, I haven't. Yeah, but it just generates JavaScript interesting. Progress, huzzah! So much progress, yes! It will be up to space soon, guys. We'll be up to space. Building a rocketing code. I think few people actually got DHCDS in general. It's too insane. You know, it works so nice. Need to be app. There you go. Get tag. Oh. I dual boot on this machine. For some reason, on the Windows side, my network is really unstable. Then it's fine. Okay. I don't know what to do about that. I would like usually the vendors would have could install like updates in Linux. Every time you get a new distribution or do an upgrade, for example on Debian, you get new drivers as well. But on Windows, you have to do that management yourself. So yeah, there's that. I don't know if you cleaned Windows from it. Field required. Oh, we can use our thing. We can use hide icon class. So by finding out, yeah. Oh, I don't think it does it automatically either, does it? Like they may actually have like some kind of crappy wizard. I wouldn't trust it at all. Right, like Windows comes with some drive, not like the actual one you want. I remember now. Yeah, it's a database who knows how it works. Billmax needs to have our hide again. It's actually surprisingly useful to be able to hide in the UI. So when a dynamic is true, hidden will be added, else the other. It's true, that is required. We add the pencil. So we need to do not as well. Run Windows. I needed to run Windows to test my app. Like a lot of people use this raster.click app, and then I need to like test Edge. It's such a fucking pain in the ass to do. I need to start up a virtual machine because there's no Linux Edge available at all. I don't know why. It's crazy. Most programs are available for Linux. In fact, I think there are more programs available for Linux than for Windows. It's insane. Yeah, especially if you consider Android as well. You know, the user space of Linux is immense. And then they just don't make that. Usually would run Windows in a VM, but I have games. I don't play games anymore. Just watch anime apparently. Anime and Twitch. I watch other people play games. I love that. Now what I really like is actually talking to other people while they play games. Or these days I'm actually watching other people code. And then helping them out, trolling them. I like trolling is fun. Actually, when I started streaming, I regularly would type hacking Haskell, and that would invite some people that, you know, when I do any... Yeah, gaming is like one of the bulwarks of gaming. Well, Windows is one of the bulwarks. I think it's like one of the final things we conquered. Valve strategically struck against Windows by doing the Steam mission, whatever. Ampersand applied with many arguments. You don't like my ampersand? What the hell? What did I do to you? Oh, this is the possible cause, right? Right, we can just get rid of that. Maybe we want to keep it though. No, I'm not using it at all. I don't think I'm going to use it ever. Yeah, because you can just modify this one. It's a bigger input. Why would you give it separate? It's crazy. There was an update with right? Now you can use your stable Linux to download your event. I think I fucked something up. Oh, I added another argument, didn't I? Yeah, I added the default one. So you have settings dying and settings. That's why you're complaining. Cool. And this one should only be used for ini settings. Ini settings should only be used for here. The other one should update. Actually, yeah, so get text in there and then we'll print major version. Nice, man. Got it fixed. Okay, cool. I think we're almost through it. This looks good. It doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look horrible, and then we can actually start using. Well, I lied because we also need to make this work, which will be a little interesting. No, not that much, because we have input settings. You can just modify this thing. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's true. What am I talking about? Yeah, we need to have a little bit of value recursion, but that's. I'm not sure if it's actually. Maybe we'll run into the fixed point problem. It'll be annoying. I don't think so. Data input dyne at. I have too many. Here you can set a default, maybe. But I actually could put it in input settings itself, and it would remove the need for this entire function. It would halve my function because this no longer is necessary. And like for this case, you can just do it. Well, it's at least a cool feature, able to validate on the fly, not less. On the fly. Actually, come to think of it, I don't even need any monadic because I can just always make it changeable on the fly develop and just be dependent on like certain, like this user map. It's already dynamically. This list is updated dynamically and checking if it's available the name A. I can just use that list. I don't need to make any extra requests. Huh, that's cool. That's really cool. So this change is actually the change I wanted originally for monadic stuff. We don't need to do that because dynamic T is already kind of doing it for us. Okay, 7.1. What are you doing? You wanna view that correct? Variable not in scope. Settings. I renamed your settings in dying. Maybe we'll not rename it then. I wanna rename everything. Oh, we are almost done. One more compile error. One little compile error. Data input type render. Wait, what? Here we then. No, you can't be. No, maybe we need to use indie settings for this as well. Can't change type on the fly. Can you? I doubt. It'll be weird. I'm not dealing with tech input config type. No, it's not dynamic. So just use indie settings for that. That's kind of weird because now we have a part that's changeable on the fly and a part that is not. The type is not changeable. I don't think it's a big deal, but that's a weird API. Probably should push it out. Is that a to do for that as well? Remove from. Yeah. So you'll use indie settings. Okay, cool. Nothing is used anymore. It's a lie though, because we need to export this thing. Oh, I need a few. This is function. This is fun. Let's do A. That's fine. Okay, whatever. Wait. You usually miss this song. Oh, right. This is the result. Pure result first. But the second one we need to have for fun. And this one is returning the pattern map. Right. And now we need to update pattern map dying with A. We update A with pattern die. So actually what we can do is like set that extra. Hey. So this is how you become a dynamic. And this is a problem, right? Because we need to have this attribute dyne available here. And that is where you back. Now it can go up. But like I said, this one is more general. And we still can retain this. I don't know how useful it is to keep. And everything works. Cool. So now we basically allow our validation to be able to change over time. Like, not only our validation, all our settings can change over time. They can change type, but they can change in value. So there will be the printer can change, how we do validation can change, the error messages can change over time, the label can change over time, tooltip can change over time, the fact that it's required or not can change over time, discount, because we just hard coded that, and the attributes can also change over time. So that's a lot of extra power actually. Yes. And like I just mentioned, this user request, like the availability of these users, we make available to our app in a dynamic, which is from the server itself. So I don't think I need to make this thing monadic anymore, because we already made the entire thing dynamic. Like, it's enough power. This is all the power we need to do dynamic validation for values we're unsure about. So what do I want to validate? I want to check if user exists or not. So we have the username, right? Username. And let's write a function for this. Well, we'll probably just check if it's in a set. I haven't done that yet. We'll get there. We'll get there soon, actually. I'll show you on the to-do list. Currently, we're doing blah. This is the next thing, actually. We'll get there. Another thing I want to do, actually, is my evil plan. Because you know how I'm using like a data list for this? It's like loading available items. And if you search for available items, list. In HTML, there's a list in HTML. Alright. Actually, come to think of it, maybe I always want, no, not always. What if you have a set of users? If you have a set of usernames, I can provide you this alternative, which also checks that. Yes. If this. Check. Come to think of it, this thing can actually also depend on that. No, let's not get too eager. Like, I was thinking of maybe I can add this list thing to other username inputs. Update them, please. Let's do a set of username. So if you have a set of username sets, I can provide you a better data type. So good. What is the data valid? That is valid. Check it by text. It's valid. That's fine. That's good enough. Will be fine. Check. I call Bitestring as well. So check, and we also need to set. This is beautiful. What we do is, what do we do? Is there lens magic for this? Always check for lens magic. Throw lens in. Probably a fold actually. I bet there's like a fold for inting. Maybe the index is fast. I don't know. Probably that. Yeah, because we're folding to a boolean. So has. It's has, right? Getting as a. Oh! Has element 0. What the fuck is element? Oh, there you go. What the fuck is element? Let's look for element. I bet it's like important thing. It's traversal. You can first the nth element of element of. I see. That's not useful at all. I thought it was like. Yeah. That's actually kind of useful, but not in my case. I thought it would do. Maybe I need to. I want you to check isomorphic both. Both. What the fuck is both? Maybe we'll just use dataset then instead. Black. Because there's a falls off as parts of like fail. Yeah, I fail over. Exactly, fail over in my life. Trying to map a function over the traversal. Failing if the traversal has no target. Yes. Failing forward, huh? Better also fail forward. These names are amazing sometimes. Parts of. Yeah, parts of. Oh, one of the parts of. Assembled an version of Uniplate or biplate. So this is like the scrap your boilerplate. Yes. So yes. These are like these are like variables, and you can. It's just like it's amazing. He only shows each, but you can put in any traversal in here. You can also do head, for example, and we'll do only the first one. Second, yeah. It's like traversing a reader, but they say that variant of a number of access will be lost if you do not apply enough. Oh, actually, you need to be of the same type to be in a. Yeah, they all need to be the same type, so it's not as powerful as it looks. That's probably why I said for early version of Uniplate, biplate, because that's actually true magic. No, not. I lied. This is also not true magic. What the fuck am I talking about? Well, it says you can go from S to A, so you can change the type. Traversal from S to data as some type. This means that you have to run type information available. I don't know what. Anyway, I don't think I'm ready for that. My powers haven't increased. I need to actually use it. Because I want to finish this today. This is one thing. This is one thing that's, I don't know. I think it's member. I want to have member type. Yes, it's all the same type. You want to have uniplate if you want to change type. Oh, or those plated stuff. That's the magic member. So what we'll do is we'll just wrap this in username, or maybe we'll do the special one. Okay, fine. We'll do the special one. Okay, we'll just wrap it. Wrap. We're just using a prism, and this prism is generic. Did we define it? Define it. Cool. Thanks. Why did I do this? What the fuck is wrong? It's like another instance for wrap. It's like a special for wrap job count. I didn't use the generic. I made something myself. How nice. Oh right, we didn't even do the check. We want to fail. Not. If member, then we basically do the other thing. This code has GID message added for you. Have you seen some of my messages? We need to have fun as well, I think. Just fun. And we need to have candidate. And then once we have this, I don't know, maybe I don't want to do this like. Why do we want to do it like this? This thing is not gonna construct itself. But I might as well. Else. We need to add another link. User not found. Not found. I don't know. I'm not gonna change editor anytime soon. Like the thing I'll do is just fix up this one better. It's gonna take a lot of time, but whatever. Because like I don't believe there's just like it will give me a lot of improvement if I do that. Part of the reason I'm using Nixos is because then I can easily port over for my Emacs to other machine reliable at a certain level. One thing I've done, for example, is spinning Milpa. Oh. There you go, I'm using that font. Font. Okay, cool. The declaration of font. Oh no. Oh no, we already have it. We already have it, cool. That's actually pretty cool. Member set user not found. There you go. This is the function. This is our new check. And I did this because now I can change it. Do I want to do that though? And I don't know. I don't think so. It seems too complicated. Let's keep it simple. No, yeah, I need to have that function itself. So what we'll do is we'll make this one available for everyone. Yeah, we'll make this one available, which is like bigger than 1. Bigger than 1. Oh, what is bigger than 1? Couldn't you wrap it as well? Kind of annoying. We can do that. We need to say that thing in, look at the ice control lens wrap. So we can make this more generic. Instead of returning a text here, we can fmap this thing into the other one. And then this will just be bigger than 1. Make it polymorphic, it's fine. Instead of text, we'll return some wrapped a. Yes. I think that's the way to go. Didn't I? There it is. Yeah, we can just do that, I think. Bigger than 1. So it will just decide what to wrap. Check. Without fun. There you go. Parse that check. Where are you pass? What the hell? Oh, sorry, possibly incorrect in addition of practice. Oh, it's because of. Right. Permanent scope set. Not set. Set. Qualified. Cool. Couldn't match type unwrap tag. Right, we need to put a constraint on bigger than 1. This is some type level magic, by the way. We can quickly show that in a while to about. But this is what you can do with associated type. So the wrapped thing has an as, and then also an unwrapped as. And because this unwrapped as exists, you can on the call side define constraints. So you can say what the unwrapped value will be. In this case, we know it's text, so it's fine like this. And this thing is like type equal. There you go. Oh, I just said it like that. It is like that. This is live. Okay. Oh, unwrap A, of course. Permanent scope member offset. Offset. Not member. I did it right. Member arc A. What? We did import set, right? Did I misspell? Oh, I didn't do the S part. Need to add the S, of course. Never forget to add the S. No S, no like. Bigger. 1. You do it? Command L. Thank you. You were right this time. Wow. Pretty much stop. Blah blah blah. Right. We have to use a name set now, so we can do this. What's the point of this? Now, we don't have this, like, this is not yet in a dynamic, right? Because the set of usernames will be in a dynamic, but we can just fmap that in, it's fine. And then everything will work out. So we'll get, like, this entire check, just by making everything pure. We won't even type. Alright, fill your pure failure. There you go. Right, you exposed. Actual check we want to have. It only took me so many hours to do. Name check. Name shadowing. Oh my god, chat prime prime. Name shadowing, chat prime prime prime. I actually saw some signs here, right? Many, no I have. I do. I just don't care about names. Bigger than what? Alright, you do. I can delete more code. Where's reservation? Reservation. Because I already did it. You don't need to fmap that anymore. I did it for you. The function has become better. That's kind of nice. We made our code succinct. Yes. Okay, cool. Cool, it compiles. Must work. Except we didn't actually do the thing we want, which is the username static check. We can do in a planner, which we can do after doing some refactor. No, it's available. It's available. Let's edit! Finally! This took me a couple of hours of refactoring and making actually the data input powerful enough to handle this. But we are there. We are there now. And yeah, we're there now. Don't worry about it. Finally. Data input, you are too weak. You're too weak, Dave. You can't handle my strong approach. You're too weak. You need to be data input, not dyne answer. No. Data input prime. Die. Data input prime die. There we go. And then, alright, you're... Wait, this compose? Oh, there's... Well, we want to compose it, right? We want to compose and we want to fmap it. No, we want to have set. Yeah. No, we don't even want to have username settings at all. What am I talking about? We want to have the better one, which is username setting check. Or something. Username setting check. Yes, exactly. And your function pipeline. Function pipeline, because we need to get a set. We have this. We have. Yes, we have a dynamic blob. And so that will be set, I think, on data map. Or we should check first if there's a lens match. Is there a setup? Rather than guessing what you'll do. Yes! Oh, it's getting on in that. What map as well? Whatever. Data map it. There's no lens match. This is one of my favorites. What? You're big. Key set, right? Key. Map key. It's not even a set. What the hell? You should be a set, right? I bet there is something. Key set, there you go. I told you. Oh, and what the fuck? E. So, okay. So we got the key set. And then... Oh, we do the other modification as well, but whatever. Map set. This is whole new programming, guys. Whole new... and we fmap that in the users. And you're now dyne prime. We don't have a default, but we const dyne of... no, because we're more... Okay, we're more concerned with... The value doesn't change. What? You don't like validation? Could match type event key blah. Blah blah blah. What is going on? Blah. Dynamic blah. Yeah. Oh, we're also returning the boolean. We don't want no boolean. So yeah, we need to get rid of that one. That's fine. We'll just do like fmap. Still upset about it. Right, because we need to do that for 2 parts. There you go. Okay, everything compiles now. Now it should work. Let's test it. Let's test it out. Okay. It doesn't seem like much, but I just basically improved my own framework this entire stream to have server-side data validation. Nice. Possible, right? Okay. Oh, we got that in there. Come on, man. Did it actually finish? What is it doing? Oh, I think it's failing. Maybe. Right. There. Cyclic evaluation. That's the problem. Okay. It's a big problem actually. We're sampling and it's not allowed doing the recursion thing. It's the sample. Maybe we can get you see value. You're using Mayfile anyway. Are you using English settings? No. I'm using it twice. Also for the type. How about we give it this type as argument? Yeah, we'll give it a text and we'll give type. Text. Oh, we need to have the timeout. We need to have the text. And we'll do like, we'll just sample those 2 things and hope it doesn't type. I think that's the only solution. So it's like, any setting, it's now any text, any type, and the input type. There you go. Any type and text. And what I'm hoping to do is that, like, because we have to sample less stuff, it wouldn't be an issue. I don't know how this works. But yeah, get text. Huh? Get text, settings, and then const type. To be honest, I can just do inval at this point. We're sampling anyway. No, I'm gonna. This is like init text. Sure. And then the other one is. We'll feel. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll. The actual input type. Blah blah blah. Type. Full time. What? Right, you want to have that text actually, which is what we have now, so that's fine. Let's see if this works. I hope this works, because otherwise I'm in big trouble. And this entire refactor is just a wasted day. And I wasted day. Come on, man. Okay, cool. Yes, it works. No, cycling. Is this only because of that function? Or is it because of all the samples? I bet it's a recursion. Let's delete this. Well, I don't wanna, like, let's just hook it up wrongly. Yeah, we don't delete this any of it. Let's do a constant in M. Constant A, there you go. Whatever. I just wanna see if this works. If it works, then, fuck it. I'm gonna rewrite that other thing properly. Still fix cyclic. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna. Wait, did we get the. No, what am I doing? I'm too fast. Need to wait until the JavaScript is linked properly to the other JavaScript. Well, it's better that I hope then I get so much free out. No, it's actually. Sure. I don't think this is like. Generally, when you have cyclic, which in fact works, you help delay, and to break the looping in the code. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna fix today, fortunately. Maybe some other. No, it couldn't be some other. I'm using constant almost everywhere. Like these settings haven't been like that like before. Or maybe because of the map. I don't know why. Like the map may also be a cycle that it uses. Let's detach that and see if that fixes like I don't know. I think I'm gonna quit it here now because most people have quit already. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good stream, except I spent like entire stream again doing refactoring, which I really shouldn't do. But that's fine. We got some good progress though. So let's see. We can go through the summary for now. Like, I think this refactor is correct, except, like, yeah, we got a cycle evaluation issue, and I just need to do some more debugging to figure out what the fuck's going on. Maybe log load would help, like if I enable log load and see what's going on before the cyclic evaluation. I think it's because of the map, maybe, but yeah, I'll look into that other time. It compiles at least good. So, in theory, it should work, right? But, you know, if it compiles, it doesn't always work, unfortunately. Anyway, we did a lot of stuff. Try to fix your code. Font of bug. Oh right, I need to fix that. Okay, I need to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on. I feel like so behind. It's insane. I feel so behind. But yeah, tomorrow is even open sausage day. How about that? Already? It's because of, like last week I couldn't even work too much on Raster at all. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we did a lot on this stream. So yeah, we made data input a lot more powerful, except it doesn't work. But it will work soon. It will work soon. I have faith in this. I bet I can make this work. I bet I can make this work. I just need to figure out which thing is being a cycle. And that's like one of the hard to fix because there's no compile time support at all. But yeah, we made this new interface, which is well, this is the big change we did, like dynamically settings, which will make almost everything configurable at random. So we can add, like, we can change the values of validation, for example. It's a big one. Unfortunately, I can't show it because I want to quit now. I've been streaming for a while and I'm tired. But I think it was a good stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow. If you enjoyed the stream, please follow and see you guys tomorrow. Bye. See you later, so bye.